Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play the game. Welcome to the Florida Project. This is episode number 3, and we're going to be talking about the exact method that has helped me go from unknown personal trainer to leading authority in less than 30 days. It's all about how to attract, sell, and fulfill. Episode number 3. Cheers. Dan Sullivan talks about his genius zone in strategic coach. Now let me share with you guys. My wife was telling me that until I got my first client, she could see a little bit of an edge in me. She felt my energy was off. Here's why. My genius zone is when I'm coaching and assisting people into creating the best version of themselves. And that's what we've been able to do since I've gotten here. I'm just, you know what? I got to tell you, the leads are flowing in. The client profile here in Florida is a little bit different, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But more importantly, I'm going to talk about the A, how to attract your ideal client and understand them greater than they understand themselves, how to sell to them in a way that's authentic, but that's you, that makes you feel good about what you're doing and the energy you're transferring, how to fulfill on that sale so that they feel like they won as well as you. That's what we're talking about here today. So let's talk about the client profile. The client profile here in Florida is totally different. See, number one, their belief is totally off. They don't believe that you can actually help them accomplish the goal that they want. 2, the objections are totally different than New York. And 3, the energy flow is a little bit different. In New York, it's hustle, it's bustle. Here in Florida, it's a little more relaxed. So we just trained our first client here at KFix, and we got 3 clients in the first week, almost probably 25 leads, and with a, I'd say 100% close rate so far. Got 2 consultations this afternoon, Tuesday, 8/21, and feeling good about what's going on. One of the things that I take away is that, you know, when you're moving from different state or different, I'd say, demographics, and you're changing, you have to be open to the changing of the type of person and how they respond to your marketing and your message. What I'm noticing is that my message is very receptive to my audience, but there's a lot of skepticism in price. Not price resistance, but they just want to know the price up front. They don't want to be hoodwinked. They don't want to be scandaled. And I think a lot of people may believe that the fitness industry is built around a lot of misconceptions, smoke and mirrors. So that's one of the things that I'm noticing since arriving here in Florida, is that I have to be upfront with the prospect immediately when they ask for the price. I can't, skid around it and kind of try to find a way not to tell them what the price is on my Facebook ads. So I just direct message them and kind of just let them know, hey, here's what the prices are, here's the range, and if you're open to having a conversation, I'd love to share with you a little bit about what makes us different and better and how we can assist you. That's what we've been able to do and accomplish so far. I think that my goal for the first month will be about 10 clients each averaging about 250 to 360. That'll put me, at a decent start, and then we'll be on our way. The beliefs also, when I found out, is that when I was sitting down with my prospects, I automatically noticed that they didn't have the same beliefs about, their personal trainer, their fitness, and what they actually could accomplish. So my number one thing was, how do I break down their belief patterns so that I could actually connect with them, build that rapport, and then showcase my unique solution so that it would overcome their objections. Now, one of their biggest objections is skepticism. See, a lot of the prospects that I sat down with over the last, I'd say 14 to 20 days were a little bit more skeptical. Well, because Florida is a transient state, meaning people are always in flow, coming in, coming out, leaving, not a lot of natives right in the area. So I had to overcome that by giving them stories, by connecting my previous testimonials, by connecting my previous successes with them. And I also was very upfront with them. I would let them know immediately I hadn't lived here my whole life. I just moved here about 8 weeks ago. This would allow them to bring their guard down to see who I was, but I also always listened twice as much as I spoke, so that I would learn something about them in my investigation, or what I call fact finding, so that I could connect us as people. See, salesmen, if you're selling out there, I want you to understand that it is critical to your success to really find a way to connect your life, your stories with your prospects. For instance, I have 2 kids. So one of my kids is in 9th grade. He's going to the high school here. If anyone said they had kids that were in the same age range, I would immediately make that connection. Here's what I'm doing with my son. Here's what I'm doing with them. I put them into the local basketball league. I would make sure that they felt, wow, this is a person who's actually a part of this community, right? And doing that lowered their skepticism. That is why I was able to close so many clients so quickly. Now, within a short period of time, I got my first client. I was excited. I got my first check for $720, and it made me not only believe that, hey, I knew that this was going to work, but when you get that concrete evidence that says it's working, right? So here we go. First check from Meadowburn, Florida, and it's kind of cool because I don't get too many checks. We have a number of checks that are new clients that are all credit card based. So that's that. Just wanted to $720 in the bank. Going to close one more right now. And now let me share with you guys a little bit about the price, because I'd never seen one of my ads get blown up on my Facebook account so much. That was one of the objections that I hadn't had to deal with in New York. And it was, what is the price? What is the price? Give me more information. What was a couple other things they said? More information. And the crazy thing is that if they clicked the link and went to the page, the sales page, all the information was right there, all the details. But all they wanted was, what is the price? So how would I handle that? This is the way I did it. Immediately, everybody who asked the price, I would go to it, I would click on it, then I would go to their profile and I would direct message them. And I go, hey, you know what, Mrs. Jones? This is Coach Rahz from Meadowburn Fitness. So thankful that you wanted to get some information about my program. What I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about it, find out a little bit about you, and then more importantly, schedule a time that we can meet at my studio. And I would go about that and I would tell them. And then I'd ask them, what was the reason that caught your attention about the ad? Now I would not avoid it. I would give them a range. Mrs. Jones, you know what? The pricing is from anywhere from $40 to $180 or $40 to $700, so that there was a wide range, and that allowed them to go, and then I'd finish, does that fit your budget? See, I got to tell you guys that overcoming that wasn't easy. I had probably about 25 people actually ask me the price. Out of those 25 people who asked me the price and I gave them and I direct messaged them and I followed up with them, not many of them actually followed through and showed up. About 5 of them did, and I closed 3 of them. See, you have to be willing to do the work. One of the key elements to anyone's success level is their ability to hustle when the others won't do it, so that they can have what others won't have. I'm not afraid to do a little extra legwork. I'm not trying to push enter and hope that my funnel is so smooth that everything is automated. I am here and all about getting work done, right? See, I set my goals. So if you're starting a new business, goal setting is critical, but also being flexible, but also assessing where you are and being willing to change those goals. My first goal was 10 clients. We smashed that. Then my second goal was 20 clients, then 25. I can tell you that we're on that way. We want to close out at 25 clients. That's going to put me at a really good price range, not only but monthly income and reoccurring, right? So I want you guys to know the goals are critical, and they've been critical to our success so far, and they will be. Remember, it's all about 6 months. What can I do with this project for 6 months is my number one goal. Now, what I want you guys to understand also is that there's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be some challenges. See, I'm working out of someone else's studio. So I have to be willing to be flexible to their schedule, to their protocols, their policies, and I'm okay with that. And I want you to be thinking you're okay with that too. There's no such thing as perfect. Perfect is the enemy of success. You must be willing to get out there, swing the bat, take your shot at goal, and consistently be thinking, what do I need to do to adapt and move forward? Kaizen, right? Awesome. Now, I will tell you that I'm official on a Floridian. I went and got my driver's license. Just finished the week. 9 new clients, well over 5K in new revenue. And now I'm just heading to the Department of Motor Vehicles, where I'm going to finally become a Floridian and learn about all the things that they need from me here as a taxpayer. So I'm gonna go here, get a new driver's license and all that fun stuff. And I'll share with you guys a little bit about that experience when we get inside here. As you can see, we're pulling up to the DMV. One of the main distinctions that I'm enjoying about being here is that there are so many sweet people. You know, like I was at DMV and I'm talking to the young lady. Everyone's relaxed. It's all good, right? But I will tell you that if you're moving, the number one thing I want you to do is you got to be willing to hustle, because hustling will beat luck all day, every day. You have to be willing to hustle. Hustling is what's going to give you the ability to overcome some of the initial objections. It's going to get that inertia going so that you can move forward. See, I was willing to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, start training early. It didn't matter because I knew that I would crush it. I wasn't going to put my own workouts and I wasn't going to negate or neglect myself as well. I'm getting out there training. It's Monday, August 27th, and it's as you can see here, 5:42. It's time to crush it. Got some clients. Looking forward to an amazing day. Think that the goal this week is 10 new clients. We have 6 consultations currently booked. And that's the way you have to have your day. You have to think about it in terms of what are you willing to do to kind of outproduce everybody in sight. Well, you can see behind me, it's still dark. Which I'm okay with, because short term, I know that if I'm out hustling, I'm out producing all the other trainers in the area, the simple outcome is me winning, me dominating, me being top of the mind awareness to the people that are going to be my clients, my prospects. So I'm not really afraid to put in a little extra work to lift a little heavy weight and get it done. Even when I got into, I'll tell you guys a story. I was taking my son to basketball, and as I'm taking my son to basketball, you know, the craziest thing is that we're driving there, I hit a nail. In hitting this nail, luckily I have run flats, so I'm able to get him to practice on time. I look and I got this huge nail in my tire. I'm thinking, crap, my day is ruined. Not only is this is going to take forever to get AAA here, but in addition to that, that tire is super expensive. What do? Shift, Rahz. Don't be in that victim state. Shift to that victory state. So right away, what do? I call AAA, and they're like, you'll be here. We'll be there in 35, 40 minutes. Just so you know, Floridian time, 35, 40 minutes, 50 minutes to an hour. Right? So I get there. I'm like, okay, now what do? I'm about to get my car on the flatbed. So I was taking my son to a basketball in between coaching sessions and a consultation, and ran over a nail. Back tire went flat. Then I had to wait here for about just over an hour now. They're here. They're going to throw it up on the bed. Automatically, I get on the phone. I'm like calling leads. I call a lead, and she's like, oh, I'm available to talk. I was like, great, let's get on the phone, because I was supposed to go and meet her at the studio for a consultation. But hey, sometimes when they give you lemons, you gotta make lemonade. So I got on the phone and I'm talking to Beverly, and I'm like, Beverly, great, going through my process, finding out, fact finding, building rapport, going through the 7 steps of black belt selling method. And immediately I feel this connection. I'm like, I gotta go for this. She's like, yeah, I'd love to get started. I'm like, fantastic. Here's what I'd love to do. You're going shopping. Let's get you started right away. Let me get your credit card. I'll get you in the system. Have Greg put all your information in, send you your documents, and immediately you can go pick up your groceries and get started right away. How does that sound? So there she is on the flatbed. We're gonna head over and see if we can get her plugged up. Shit happens, but you still gotta make your sales. You still gotta get your consultations in. You still gotta close. No excuses. Simply this fact of the matter is that you just hold up, keep your head up, and figure out what you gotta do, and then keep it moving. I got on the phone. spoke to the young lady for about 20 minutes, asked for the credit card, and it was over. Right? That's how we're going to get it done. See, I was able to make a sale while waiting for AAA to get my car on the flatbed to take it to someplace to get fixed. Now, I could have been all angry, pissed off, shut it down for today. No, that's not the hustle mentality. That's not the take no prisoners mentality. What I was willing to do was do whatever it took to win and turn that negative moment in my life to a positive experience. That's what you should be doing. That's what I want you guys to be thinking about doing as well. And just so you guys know, the best part about it is that I'm in the flatbed with the AAA guy. He's asking me questions. Immediately he gets on the phone, I'm connecting with him. This guy takes me to a local tire guy, patches up my tire for $20. Why? Because I asked him a couple questions. I connected with him. I'm always selling. See, selling is not about selling to the prospect. Selling is about selling your energy, your thoughts, your beliefs all the time. You're always selling. You're selling to your kids. You're selling to your wife. You're selling to your business partners. You are selling. Like 10X, Grant Cardone talks about. It has got to be your obsession to become successful. I truly believe that. And that's why I get up early every day. I stay up late, and I'm willing to know that the Florida project will be successful because I'm willing to do what others won't do so that I can have what others won't have. So when it comes to selling, as you're watching this presentation, this is a live consultation that I was able to do. And you could see that what I'm going through this process is I'm connecting with her. I'm matching and mirroring her. And what I mean by that is that as she crossed her legs, as she smiled, as she brought her hand to her chin, I did these things so that I could connect with her, because just like Robert Cialdini spoke about in liking in one of his 6 triggers of influence, I want you guys to understand that it is critical that I make a connection. I laugh with her. I matched her tonality, making sure that we were in the same tone. If I was talking really fast and high and she was talking low, that would be a disconnect in the sales process.
So for me to be 50 pounds plus over that is like really hard, but then at the same token, it's like, okay, I am a woman, I do go through hormonal changes, nobody in this world is going to be as fit as they were in their 20s. You could try, but, unless that's what you're doing, it's just not realistic.
So what's realistic for Kim? So like when you get out of the shower, you look at yourself in a full-length mirror, the reflection back.
Nope. Won't do that.
Why not?
Nope.
So you gotta tell me why not, though.
I don't, because I don't like my body from here to here. No.
So from basically your midsection to your thighs, not happy with.
No.
So that needs to change.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things I like to get out of our clients is that I want to know what they want to change, because anyone can say, we're going to bring you in the gym, we're going to get you going, we're going to burn some calories, we're going to burn fat. But my goal is transformation. So the reason I launched with a 6-week little black dress was simply, I like marketing. So I knew that it would catch the attention of those who were interested in learning more. I don't put a lot of the information out there so that if you were to read it, you can't steal it.
Right.
And you being in the clinical trials and stuff, people do not want to put their proprietary stuff out.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Everybody's
Are you kidding?
stealing.
That stuff is under lock and key, CDAs, the whole 9 yards.
Can you see? You saw how many people were like, "Price, give me this, give me that, give me information."
Yes.
Not once did I post anything.
No.
And the reason being is that I went behind the scenes and said, "Hey, you know what, Kim? I'd love to chat with you. I don't have anything to hide, but I also want to see you, so I know if you're shopping me."
Right.
And B, okay, is my program right for you? Because it's not right for everyone. So I want you guys to think, when you're making your sales, when you're doing your sales presentations, whether you're doing it to an audience or you're doing it one-on-one, I want you to think about how can you match and mirror, how you can match their tonality, your energy, and look for ways that you can actually connect with them on a deeper level than just the esoteric, I'm looking at, Mrs. Jones, I know that you have a pain point here. How do you get to that pain point? Asking questions. Why is that important to you? How can I help you with that? When you get X, how is that going to make you feel? Because you want to connect feeling with them making a decision to take action. And then I was able to actually get her to sign up, even though the main objection she had was, I travel and I'm going to be all over the world and I don't have time. I was able to get her to feel confident in me and my ability to give her her outcome and cater my solution to her needs.
There you go.
So for you, I show you how it's 2 times, 3 times, 4 times per week. Really doesn't really matter. It's 12, 18, or 24 sessions in your account. It won't be the same little black dress as everyone else, because I don't see you doing it in 6 straight weeks. I see it being stretched out longer due to the fact of traveling. But if you're committed to doing some of the work on your own, workouts in hotels definitely can make happen for you. Simple, text you, hey, here's the 5 movements I want you to do. Here's the 15 minutes of cardio. Here's your warm-up. So this is my consultation that you look at. So we go through the 9 checkpoints. So like I said, snapshot, all your measurements. That's our first session. About 30 minutes. We crush it. And we go from there. All of our nutrition protocols are delivered via email. So any challenges you have there. But like I said, your first call will be with Greg. And you're going to say, hey, Greg, I'm on a freaking airplane. What do I eat?
I may be home Tuesday. I won't know until tomorrow.
Okay, so let's put you in for Tuesday, and then you can text me if we need to change. Sound good?
Because as of now, I have nothing on the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th.
Which could change.
Which could totally change tomorrow.
But once you know that, then let me know.
So one of the things that you guys got to see is that, and I wanted to share with you, is that within your team, Greg and I are very strategic about understanding each other, understanding our strengths and weaknesses. There's things that I do super well, and there's things that he does really well. And that's what makes us a unique team. And then when we bring a guy like Elijah in to help us with some strategies and kind of fine-tuning what we already have been doing, and now we're doing with this Florida project, it really just starts to click. And that's why we've been able to go from 0 clients to just over 20 clients, and looking forward to hitting that 25 mark, shutting it down, building more campaigns, building more trust in the local community, and building on what we've already begun to do. And that's the next level. So you have your attract, you have your sell, and then you need to deliver that world-class service and fulfillment so that your clients become raving fans.
What's working in our marketing for both Metaburn Fitness Long Island, Metaburn Fitness Florida. And then I also want to share with you a little bit about some ideas I'm going and strategizing going into September and October, which are really big months for us. We want to close the calendar year out. We know that you get about 2 weeks in November, and people kind of have a shift in their mindset of, holiday mode. So we got to make sure that we hit these next 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks really hard. It's been cool. I mean, I've only been here actually in Florida for less than 6 weeks. On the 29th will be my 6th week. We have already gotten 12 clients here. We have well over, what would you say, like 50 leads?
67 as of now.
67 leads, and we started the campaign on the 16th, or?
Wednesday the 15th was when the ads went up, and they got approved. I think we got our first lead that night, so they got approved that night.
So in less than 14 days, we had over 67 leads. I don't know the specific numbers, but I'm estimating over $6,000 in total revenue, and new sales, all new sales for here. And then you also have a handful of leads for Long Island, which you're utilizing. Now, what's the name of the campaign that we're running?
It's the Little Black Dress.
Cool. And why do you think that's been such an effective campaign for us?
So last time we ran this, we actually overused it 1 year, and it did really, really well in the fall. And it seemed to do pretty good during the springtime, but not so much for New Year's. So when we launched it in New Year's, it kind of crapped out. So we said, why don't we open up Florida with a Little Black Dress and see what happens? And ever since doing that, it's been phenomenal.
So the campaign that we decided to use is called The Little Black Dress. It's a 6-week program that Alicia Strager, my friend, an amazing marketer and just a cool girl, she created years ago and then is brought to the marketplace. And a lot of trainers, studio owners, personal trainers have used it in the past, but we use it in a unique way. We utilize it with what I call my triangle of success and some of the principles utilized from my book, The Menopause Success Triangle, because I specialize in working with women. Now, a lot of people say they specialize in working with women, but the only difference between what I do and they do is that I back it up with science. I'm a functional diagnostic nutritionist. In addition to that, I've worked with thousands of women specifically in this age demographic who are struggling with perimenopause and menopause. Now, what allows me to do that is that I took about 26 books I have here in my library. I read them all. I dissected them. I learned specifically what are the pain points, what are the 35 symptoms that keep women struggling and how they have trouble overcoming weight gain and all of the different challenges so that I would become a leading expert on the topic. Now, this allows me to have a different conversation, so I can take anybody's program and make it unique in mine, because my conversation when it comes to selling that program is going to be uniquely different. That's what I want you guys to understand. You can go out there and buy someone's marketing campaigns, but if you buy their marketing campaigns, understand that it's critical that you add your own flair to it. You add your own unique ability, something that makes it you, so no one can say, oh, you know what, it's just like that. No one in the market can say I'm just like Orange Theory Fitness, or I'm just like Fit Body Bootcamp, or I'm just like I Love Kickboxing or Equinox or any other gym. Rahz Slaughter as a personal trainer and Metaburn Fitness is uniquely different because we deliver and fulfill in a unique way. That is the critical element to our success. I want you guys to think about that when you're building your programs, when you're building your systems. Be unique, find a way to be unique and authentic so that you can stand out in your marketplace, stand for something, because that's going to dial your $1 million message in, and that's going to allow you to dominate, not just survive. So in closing remarks here, I want you guys to realize that this entire episode has been about 3 things. 1, the attract. So how do you bring the client in? 2, how do you sell them so you can convert them to a high-end product? 3, how do you fulfill on that so that you can not only get them to become a raving fan, but a referring fan? That is critical to the success long term, because when you're thinking about paying for play and when you're paying for your marketing, you don't want to just be always in launch mode, because that'll get you out of business. What I want you to think about is how do you launch? How do you build off that launch so that you can get your EFT up and get raving fans and turn those fans into referring machines, as I talk about in the 8-week impact machine, where we talk about it's actually module number 8 is referral rally, and that is critical to your element. Putting different systems in place so that you can build referrals immediately. Referrals at point of sale, referral at mid-tail, and referrals at the end are critical to your long-term success, so that you're not always paying Facebook, Instagram, and Google to bring you leads, but you actually take those existing clients that you have, keep them happy, deliver on a world-class service, and then they will help you build your business. I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been episode number 3 of the Florida Project. I'm your host and coach, Rahz Slaughter from FitnessBusinessMastery.com and author of the 1 Hour Trainer book. I look forward to serving you guys. Looking out for the next episode. Wait for it. Boom! Take care.